So right in front of me sits Fry's Electronics, and as a tech nerd who was really just in a playground for the early part of the 2000s living in Las Vegas, I'm sad to say that Fry's seems to be on its last legs. Now, there's no official stance on the company. It's privately held. If you know a little bit of history on the company, this was actually started by a company that founded a grocery store chain down in Arizona, and then the father lent the sons some money to start a place called Fry's, namesake of the store. Now you can see the airplanes. We're right by the airport. I am sad to say that Fry's seems to be on its way out, and so we're gonna walk through the store today. I'm literally gonna smuggle my camera into Fry's because I just want to get a documented look at this place where I spent countless dollars and countless time in my life in Las Vegas. And yeah, Fry's is not officially closed, but something's up and they won't tell us what. By the way, my name is Steven, and I am not leaving Las Vegas. I'm a Vegas YouTuber. This is a Vegas thing. And make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel. We talk about daily life in Vegas, moving here, stuff like retail stores, sporting events, everything related to Sin City itself. And so let's go in, check it out. It's got a cool theme, that's for sure. I love the slot machines. All the Fry's stores are themed after different things. And the one here in Las Vegas is themed after... There's another airplane. Look at this. Look at that. I'm telling you, that's one of the benefits of being down in this area. You get all the airplanes landing and taking off from McCarran. Anyways, this one's themed after Las Vegas, as you can see behind me right here. But let's go take a look and see what's left of this once awesome place for a techie guy like me. So as we enter Fry's for the first time, we can take a look right here, and you can see the store itself. It's empty. There used to be somebody at the very front who would be constantly checking electric devices and making sure that you didn't have something that, you know, you shouldn't be walking out with. We do have a lot of associates all over the place, and we can see they're really pushing their 50% promo codes, everything basically internet, to try to get people to shop online and use their promo codes so they can basically dictate what stock they want you to buy. And the promo codes used to be great, but they're not so great right now. And this is an area of the store that's kind of like a central hub. If we keep walking, we do have the cafe right to our right, and the cafe itself is fairly closed these days. It's actually open right now. It's a Sunday afternoon. But they used to have good sandwiches, and it used to be a nice little active coffee shop area. To the left, you have a player piano that used to actually have a person literally playing the piano. And if you take a look at the carpets and the stock on the left, you can see where there used to be aisles that they've literally removed. Fry's is known for having big kinds of products, and they still have some drones and some scooters here. Lots of box software in a world where everything's freeware nowadays with opt-ins that you buy and in-app purchases. But it's nice to see books in a store. And this is heading back towards the TV department. We have Bluetooth speakers, a lot of little items that are hard to be competitive on, basically. And as you go to the back of the store, you'll see the situation with the televisions itself. If you look at all the empty open spaces, these used to be full stocked shelves, lots of boxes everywhere, cardboard boxes with large items like computer chairs. To the left, we actually used to have a Bose display. Bose themselves used to have an interactive display with people here in this exact carpeted spot where they'd be showing you how the awesome Bose sound setups would work, but there's nothing there now, unfortunately. Lots more empty carpet space and empty shelves. Magazine department that used to be pretty amazing if you're into electronics magazines and things like that. And we can see on the left where the computers used to be and all the laptops, and we have nothing but empty shelves in the computer hardware section. They had a great setup with lots of different displays with Microsoft Surface, Asus, Acer, basically high-end products at a point where you could go see the newest technology. But right now, we just have some open box items, a couple of desktop systems that are low-powered, stuff you would use to browse Facebook, and essentially nothing else. We also have a pretty empty section with what used to be monitors, a lot of legacy products like rewritable media, DVDs, CDRs, things that you're not really going to use. They've lost most of their stock on little USB drives and things of that matter, unfortunately. So the rumor has it that they're simply not being restocked. And if you look on Glassdoor and different websites, some employees put forth that maybe they're just basically selling off what they have without reordering and re-upping. As we walk back towards where the headphone section is, we have home theater. These presentation rooms are still active. They still have new products in them like 8K OLEDs, LGs, and Samsungs. But you used to hear the music blaring through these as well. And right now we just have some very basic home theater setups, but they still have some nice television sets at Fry's in these rooms. Unfortunately, the Sony display is empty. You can see the display TV's gone. And this section was at a point stocked with nothing but televisions, lit up like a Christmas tree. And you see how it looks now. A lot of closed boxes, a lot of stock ready to go out the door, and a lot of sale tags. Everything in this department seems to be on sale, as we have obviously empty shelves by the likes of Samsung and Sony where their demo units are no longer there. And you used to be able to go out and try the TVs, plug a USB drive in, and see what things would look like. And we can see these boxes strategically set up in this area to kind of fill in space. Now the cameras at one point were to my left, and there still is some on display right here, but instead of being able to pick up and use cameras and demo them like at a Best Buy store, everything seems to be barren, which is very, very unfortunate. The store itself doesn't have many shoppers in it either, which is kind of painful for me to see, because as I mentioned in the intro to this video, this used to be a place where everybody would come. A guy like me would just walk through here and play with some technology. Now it just seems to be people wandering around just checking out the stock and seeing what's going on. They have a lot of stationery at Fry's. Some of their doorbuster deals were always 59-cent reams of paper, things like that. And they still have all those hard stationery items, but we can see they didn't learn much from the demise of companies such as Office Depot and Staples, who have been closing and shuttering stores. We have tablets over here in this section, not a lot of tablets, and the Apple display is completely empty. Up on the left here, this countertop used to be full of all of the newest Apple products, laptops, iPads, Mac Pros, iMacs. Everything Apple was on this table right here. And one section that seems to be doing okay is going to be computer hardware, like chairs and everything, but the actual computer hardware section is not doing well. This used to be Bluetooth mice, mouse pads, video cards. Fry stopped selling video cards, it looks like, a while back. You can't find them in stock. These are computer cases. So you can buy very nice computer cases. Things that might cost a lot to ship online, but this used to be active with different cables, leads, cable ties, things that you would generally want to go ahead and purchase when you're buying a computer system. On the left, we used to have computer motherboards. Now we have more computer cases, more cardboard boxes. This kind of looks like what a Sam's Club store looks like if you go into the very back and look up at all the stock, which is very unfortunate. Some of these associates are good people. They have been here an amazingly long time. So going through what used to be a custom build center where the sign stands, and what also used to be all sorts of computer coolers, motherboard brackets, mounts, cooling fans. They used to have water cooling. If you're a nerd and you don't know any of this stuff, or you're not a nerd, sorry, and you don't know any of this stuff, I understand completely. But this was a place where you could get anything that you would browse online on Amazon and take a look at. This coming up here is a section with computer components, like when you used to go back into Radio Shack and you would need a transistor, or maybe you would need some kind of little solder point. And we go all the way back here to the technical services department, and this is where they would do computer repair. They seem to be still doing this. There's always people here that are kind of busy. I don't know where they're getting all their business from, but looking up, we can certainly appreciate how this store is themed. You know, this store has different themes in it. Every single Fry's store does. We'll look at those in just a minute later. more computer capacitors and different types of little tools and cable ties. And we still have things like tape, things that you would basically use for electrical engineering jobs, things such as that. And this is a section that I'm not too familiar with. I mean, I'm a hands-on person, but I'm not the hands-on person that you call when you need something soldered together. Going back, we have different batteries, components. These are just the small items that I imagine don't cost a lot to get to the company. It's got to be the large-scale items like televisions, video game consoles, complete PC systems. But take a look up here, and you can actually see some of the awesome history in Las Vegas. We have craps tables and swimming pools. We have different setups from back in the day. You got a lot of stuff here from the Mint and the Frontier. We have Liberace performing, Showgirls. Of course, we have Frank Sinatra, the Rat Pack, Bugsy Siegel, the Hoover Dam being built up. This store really did theme itself around neon and old-fashioned Las Vegas. I believe this is Sean Connery filming Diamonds Are Forever on set by the old Landmark Hotel. They also filmed that at the International, which became the Hilton, which is now known as the Westgate, which ironically is a timeshare. So the circle of life in Las Vegas completes. Let's take a look at the front here, walking up and seeing some more of the Las Vegas history as we take a look at what might be one of the last breeds of dying type of retail stores. And it should be noted that Best Buy stores don't look like this in Las Vegas. The stores for Best Buy in Vegas are vibrant and active, with tons of people coming through in-store displays by the likes of Samsung and Apple and Google, Verizon Wireless, all these big providers. But Fry's is just, unfortunately, not that way. Different phone cases in this section right here. We can see different battery packs, but they're all basically hard to compete with the likes of Amazon, with Chinese drop shipping and different companies. But there is one thing that you can sell if you're a Fry's big box store, and that would be appliances. And Fry's tries to be very competitive with their appliance section over here. You can see all sorts of different washing machines, alternative stuff that you might not see at a different home type store. So we have lots of fridges by LG and Samsung. And the prices here are pretty good. I mean, if you're furnishing your house, they price match practically everybody. So if you see an item online and it's something you want to pick up in the store after you've done what they call showrooming, which is playing with an item in the store and buying it somewhere else, you don't have to do that. Now, they sell beds for some reason. Yes, beds. Lots of nice beds, actually. Sealy's and Serta's. And we can see more boxes. This aisle right here used to be full of little items that you might grab while you're just browsing the aisles through the store. They had a whole bunch of different things like 3D headsets and cool little cables. And we can see some Vegas history. I believe that's the Caesar's Palace being built. We have the fountains at Caesar's that, of course, Evel Knievel jumped over. Different old poker games. Real photos of a real Las Vegas that's a bygone era. And whether or not Fry's will be a bygone era soon is something that I hope doesn't happen. Because as I mentioned, some of the people working here are really good people. They're really nice. They're super helpful. A lot of them started their career in retail at this place, and they seem to be seeing it out to the end. So if you're curious about Fry's Electronics, I recommend you check one out right now. They do price match everything. I love the old history here. You can see the old Las Vegas. Fremont Street before it had a canopy on it. Isn't that nice? We have old performers, all the old history in Las Vegas, as we browse through Fry's, which meets the new Las Vegas retail scene. That's our tour of Fry's for today. Let's go out and we'll talk some final thoughts on what is still, well, hard to say, but still a favorite store of mine. Still a lot of neat little things that I can come in and take a look at from my technical nerd mind perspective. And look, we're going out the entrance doors, everybody. Don't tell anyone I had a camera in here the whole time, all right? Thanks. So there we have mainly a vanity entry into video blog life for me, as I used to spend a lot of time in here. And I'm not making light of any of this. This totally sucks. I don't want to see a place where I've spent lots of time in my life go away by the wayside. Maybe they'll do what a lot of companies do. Maybe they'll spring back online in the retail sector, or maybe Fry's will just be like slated in another entry of cool stuff in Vegas that once existed. This store here has more stock than other stores around the country. And the reason for that being is simple. There's a lot of people that come here to buy high-end electronics. They come from, South America and European countries and Asian countries where they have value-added taxes and stuff like that. So they have to put extra taxes on things where they're from. They can buy an iPhone from a place like this, or a $1,000 item that's small enough, and save $200, $300, $400 when they bring it back home, and hopefully they don't get caught at customs. So that's one of the reasons why this place has probably got more stock than the other Fry's locations. I'll link up another video below to a channel that does this kind of stuff. You might want to check them out. I have no personal affiliation. I just think they do a great job at explaining things. And here we have Fry's Electronics. It's January 26th, and the retail apocalypse is supposed to be over, but in Fry's it looks like it still might be a problem. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel. If you like Vegas videos, leave us a comment below. Tell us memories you might have of Fry's Electronics, and we'll talk to you guys in another video. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.